Here's everything I've done since the last episode. As you can see, I've added in some redstone lamps at the exterior of this structure because if you might remember, in the previous episode I was having some trouble putting in the traditional lighting sources, which would be just lanterns or torches, like because of how the roof is built and how it's shaped. Basically, I wasn't able to put any of the lanterns and so just hanging from the building, so I decided to go with the redstone lamps. And as you can see, the unlit redstone lamps and even the lit ones do contrast quite well with the dark oak, so it doesn't look that out of place. And I put in some daylight detectors at the top, switch to night mode. So once the night falls, which is going to be quite soon, the lamps are going to turn on and it is going to be illuminated. Now on the inside, I've also done its interior. I kind of wanted to make it look like an abandoned research facility. Maybe someone was working over here. So for that, I've added the azalea bush like leaves on the top to kind of symbolize this overgrowth because the structure itself is quite mossy. I would have used normal oak leaves, but they don't contrast well with the mossy bricks variant. So I use azalea, which is a lot less saturated. And the night has came, so these have turned on. And as you can see, I've also put in some the mossy bricks walls over here so that the redstone lamps aren't much visible on the inside. As you can see, I've also added these candle things because kind of how this is, like how I've built it, kind of symbolizes that one person lived over here. So it would make sense how there would be a lot of candles and lanterns and such. And I've added the soul lanterns because they are, like, again, it's less saturated and doesn't pop that much in your eye, but also does add to the aesthetic. Then I added this picture over here with the raccoon in the dumpster, and kind of just looking at it, how it's in the middle, made me feel like it was kind of something people would worship. So I just put in a potato because this kind of looks like a potato, like a baked potato with a few candles, and yeah, like that's it. Over here we have the redstone things. So basically, I can press this button over here. For example, I press this, right? It gets grown, and then I can just break it and get it. Like it's not something that complicated, but yeah. Over here we have this hand washing station with the shears because assumingly after you use the shears to cut this, you're going to wash your hands over here. And yeah, over here we have the garden access way. And I've added this lined white carpet over here, which does look nice. I always do love a good checkered pattern carpet. And now if I go up the stairs, I've also done the interior of the top room. Now, if you might remember, I did say that I didn't know what to do with this area. I kind of decided to just build a simple living space. I've obviously added the leaves once again because, you know, like they look good. And also the lanterns, like look at it. I can watch the night sky and also the lanterns, they add a nice touch. I've added this reading area over here with Moose the parrot with a candle to light it up. Then over here, something to cook, somewhere to sleep, and somewhere to watch all the three different varied flowers, which have basically different properties. This basically opens up when it's midnight. This damages the players, and like this basically stops the mob and makes it that it's always a baby. And yeah, the night has fallen. And over here too, the lamps are hidden by the leaves so that they aren't much visible. And yeah, now let's go to sleep. And as usual, I've gathered every single material that I'm going to need to build today's structure.